Okay, so as you can see here, I have the mark scheme. Now, at the moment, you're not going to get much higher than sort of mid band 3, just because we haven't done A2 yet, so you can't really evaluate it as successfully. So we kind of want to aim at the moment to be around this area. Okay, so it says mostly clear answer, which is partly relevant, and narrow thin range examples. It says of conventions here, but that's just, you know, a different exam question, so you just relate it to research and planning. So you have got a narrow range because you're only talking about one at the moment, which is what I asked you to do, so that is fine. Again, meaning progress is going to be limited. You do, however, talk about what you're going to do next. So you say that, where do you say it? In the future, we will try to have questions that aren't detrimental to our research and that we can actively work on and apply, which is a really good point to make. In order for you to improve at this stage, try and come up with an example of the type of question that you want to ask instead, which is going to give you more of an answer. I like what you did here about many of your questions were closed, giving you quantitative rather than qualitative data. However, I would say why that's still important though. So when you're evaluating, on the one hand, quantitative data is helpful for us because X, Y, Z. However, qualitative data may have helped us in this way because of. So that way you're actually evaluating the process as well. So you have got this sense of progression. Examples are described with some discussion of their significance. They are relevant. You are discussing it. The only problem is it seems quite descriptive at the moment. Rather than analysing, you kind of tell me what you do. I'm not quite sure about this section here. It seems like you've kind of just made that up and chucked that in. So if you're going to talk about real media text, be very, very specific and, you know, make sure it is something that you've actually found out, so an actual fact. Otherwise, what tends to happen is it looks like it's just kind of a bit of a filler to fill up your piece of work. I would also say, you know, this bit here is good. You are analysing here. So there is an element of analysis in there. You can clearly see where you've moved up the ladder to begin with. So you've done your remember, you've explained why that's important, so you've shown your understanding. You have given an example. You have tried to apply it to real media text, but like I said, it doesn't quite work at the moment because it doesn't seem as factual as it could be. They are specific examples, so I would say it's more kind of this evaluating that you're still kind of struggling on at the moment. So that's what I want you to work on. I want you to try and rewrite the evaluation section and focus on really picking out, you know, what specifically worked well. What did you like about your AS feedback for your audience research? What could have been done differently? And again, try and think of specifically what kind of questions are you going to ask next time and why specifically they're better than the questions you asked before. Okay, but on the whole, it's a really good first attempt. I would say you're kind of in this band 2 at the moment, because to be in level 1, you would literally tell me a story of what you did, and it wouldn't really be relevant. So this is relevant. There is a tiny bit of progress, but obviously that's because we haven't done A2 yet, and it is relevant to what I've asked you to do. So well done.